Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to show you how to use Tenable identity exposure to remediate accounts with reversible password encryption. In today's session, we will show you three key methods. First, we'll show you the Active Directory GUI, and then we'll show you how to remediate a single account using PowerShell from the command line. And then we're going to show you how to use the export feature coupled by a basic PowerShell script to do mass remediation of all accounts associated with this misconfiguration. So let's jump to the platform. Inside of Tenable Identity Exposure, we're focused on the IOE called Reversible Passwords. And the first thing that we're going to look at is the deviant objects. And now we're going to see that we have a couple accounts. The first account we're going to work on and show you through the GUI is Arlene Almeida. So let's go ahead and focus on this account. And if we look at the recommendations, right, it's going to basically say we should set this back. So we can do this via PowerShell or we can do it through the GUI. So let's go in and do this through the GUI first. So let's open up the GUI. We find Arlene Almeida, and now what we want to do is go to the account options and then uncheck the box for a password using reversible encryption. Once we remediate that, then we'll go back to Tenable Identity. We'll go ahead and go back to the deviant objects, and you can see that Arlene's account is no longer in that vulnerable state. So now let's see how we can do this on a single account using PowerShell command line. So let's go into PowerShell command line, and we're going to focus on this account called Barry Andrade. So we're going to use the set-AD user. We're going to call the identity, and then we're going to do the -allow reversible password encryption, and we want to set that value to false. So let's go ahead and do that. We went ahead and remediated that account. Again, coming back to Tenable Identity Exposure, we can see that that account's no longer in that state. But we want to remediate all accounts, and we want to do this in a mass fashion through PowerShell scripting. So how do we do that? So the first thing that we do is go in and select all pages, and then we're going to do an export all. And now that exports us out to a CSV. Now I'm going to take this CSV and then send it through a basic PowerShell script to do mass remediation. So let's open up PowerShell. Again, we want to open up the PowerShell here. And really the first thing that we have to do is reformat the CSV, because when you use Tenable Identity Exposure and you export to CSV, it's semicolon separated. We want to change that to a comma separated value so that we can use this in a PowerShell command. So now we're basically just going to do an import and then a for each loop on the accounts that we've exported out with the CSV. So we're going to do a set-AD user. We're going to use the -identity, and then we're going to use the -path variable, and then we're going to then target the allow reversible encryption and then set this to false, not true. So let's go ahead and change this to false in our script here. And we'll go ahead and run this. And now we should be able to go back in to Tenable Identity. And very shortly, we'll be able to see that these accounts will be remediated. It may take a second in your environment for it to pick up this initial change. Let's go back in and see. Yep, still updating. Now this is my lab. There's a little bit of a lag, but we should see all of these accounts are no longer showing as vulnerable with this remediation method. As you can see, all the accounts have been remediated using the export feature and that PowerShell script. Thanks for tuning in.